The following is a pre-recorded conversation between two siblings and is filled with personal opinions and biases. It should not be taken seriously by anyone. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to another You Don't Make Friends with Giant Squids podcast. I'm Squid.
And I'm Jaxxon.
And today's movie is Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
The movie that created Southern accents across the U.S. and the world.
Created Southern accents.
I feel like everyone did a Southern accent for probably till today. I feel like everyone's just mimicking Forrest Gump.
Really? You think that's all Southern accents are?
I think so, because I've heard Tom Hanks doing not a Forrest Gump accent, doing his regular. It just sounds
a normal
like,
Southern?
Well, he wasn't even doing Southern. He didn't even know what to do when they first started the movie. It was a little kid. We all know that he's mimicking the kid who plays Forrest. He's mimicking his natural accent, and he sounds like Woody. It's like, I don't know if I'm getting.
You are a toy.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't. Honestly, he just seems like a charming dude. Like, that's it. Not that Southern means slow, but Tom Hanks without a Southern accent sounds like Tom Hanks.
I mean, there's definitely an argument to be made that like British accents in film
they
and
sound
cinema
smart.
is indicative of a smart character, whereas a Southern accent shows more of a lower IQ than
Although
average.
I feel like now it can be argued it's all of American.
All of America?
Yeah, it's
all of America.
just,
You're saying that's the average?
The accent, American, looked at elsewhere. We sound stupid.
So you're saying that the Southern accent is representative of all of America.
All of America now.
Gotcha.
We got to do better.
We got to. So this time I chose the movie.
Yes, very feel good. Winner of 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
Well, the reason why I chose Forrest Gump.
I mean, honestly, like Street Fighter could have won.
Really? You dare bring up that name in my house on my movie day?
It could have won Academy Awards.
Anyway, the reason why I chose Forrest Gump is because it was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
See, you watched it, I don't even know how many times.
I kept watching it like over and over and over again. And even my father would be like, why do you like this movie so much?
Honestly, like, I get it. It's such a feel-good movie. It makes you happy, but, like, I didn't understand anything.
Oh, as a kid?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I understand nothing.
There's so much more that because I was talking to Mom while we were watching it. I'm like, this kind of reminds me of a play because, like, I know the lines, but sometimes, like, when you're
not processing what the lines are telling you.
Exactly.
You just know the words.
Exactly. Where you know something so well, you know the lines and you know, like, line delivery, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, there's something happening right now. Like, it's crazy.
Well, for me, that first scene, like, when Sally Fields is explaining... Well, no, even the first scene.
You mean, like, with the feather? The very opening where we're following that feather that gets, like, mocked. It's like before memes were a thing. We had, like, Scary Movie, and we had, like, those movie tributes that made fun of certain things. So you had, like, the standard Matrix where, like, Trinity would go up, and then you'd have the stupid Forrest Gump feather that would fly through things. Like, it's so funny. I think that, like, Forrest Gump is the first time I remember, like, memes coming out, like
people making fun of something that you understood.
Yeah, it's almost like a progenitor of like current meme culture because everybody knows "Run, Forrest, Run."
They still say that today.
Yeah, they still do.
If you get caught running somewhere and you're by yourself, someone's gonna yell "Run, Forrest, Run."
Life is like a box of chocolates.
But that's the thing. That makes no fucking sense.
You never know what you're gonna get.
You do. The box says.
No, well, but the thing is,
the box
Mama's always got
you.
a way of explaining things so they make sense. Forrest is never going to know what's in that box of chocolates until he reaches in and eats it. So that's the whole thing. You never know what's going to be in that particular...
Read the back.
You never know what's in the box of chocolates.
You don't buy a box of chocolates if it doesn't tell you the nutrition facts.
Well, I mean, technically, you could argue that you know for a fact that there's chocolate in the box of chocolates.
Yes.
What they're talking about is what they're filled with.
They tell you inside the box.
They might.
And on the back of the box.
Why must you poke holes in what Mama always says?
Because Mama named him after a Ku Klux Klan member.
You know what?
I saw that, and that colored my whole perspective of Forrest's mom.
I watched a video by The Take on YouTube, and they did this like whole like mini thing where they compared, where it's like Forrest Gump is a representation of America, you know?
Of what you mean, of how we don't tell history, right?
Like how history is kind of centered around his innocuous actions, and they had like this really good thing where they're talking about like America's original sin, which is slavery. So it makes sense that the person that we're following was born
and also naive about it, doesn't understand. I mean, he's naive about everything. I mean, it's strange. Like there are moments where he processes something and you understand, but you make the mistake of assuming he knows the gravity of what's happening, and he doesn't. Because he can't. We are seeing the effects. Like when he gives Jenny his purple heart, it's a pretty thing around his neck. He doesn't know what it means. Another, like when the kids want to go to school and he helps out someone, one of the black kids drops one of their books in school and he picks it up. It's because that's what he's been meant to do. Like he doesn't know that he's making a statement by doing that. He doesn't know that, like...
Well, it's because Forrest himself isn't very political.
No, it's not that he's not political. He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a political viewpoint.
No, because he doesn't have a viewpoint.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do think he has a viewpoint. It's just that Mama needs to explain it to him first so he can form one. Because Mama always got a way of explaining things so that I can understand them.
Yeah, but you ain't no different than anybody else, and don't let anyone tell you that. But Forrest is very different from everybody else because Forrest doesn't do anything in life. Like Forrest lets things happen to him.
Forrest is a very passive character, but I mean that's part of the representation of America, though.
Just let stuff happen.
Well, he's constantly living in the moment. He's not planning anything, and like everything in his life is opportunity, right? Somebody tells him to run, he fucking runs. He does it, and he has that laser focus on everything he does. That's why when he's in the military, he's like, "You're a goddamn genius, Gump,"
because he's good at following directions.
Yeah, exactly. And when he's told something to do and he understands something, he hones in. That's why when he runs all out. Like his talent is to, like, that scene as a kid when he starts breaking off of his legs and they just like fall to the floor and he just runs and like the music swells. That's Forrest in a nutshell. That's America in a nutshell. Run.
We can't walk and chew gum at the same time. We got to do one, but we're going to do it real good.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all indicative of America's like viewpoints of hard work paying off, like and capitalism and the American dream, and anybody can accomplish it with like a bit of pluck and luck. You know?
Like saying even someone as dumb as Forrest.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously like this
can
whole movie,
succeed.
Exactly, but this whole movie is like a pseudo history book. You know, it's like
a history book that has very, very huge biases.
Oh yeah, huge biases, but I feel like at the time they were trying to snapshot a moment. You know. So, I mean, if you understand that this is a movie made in the 1990s, then obviously there's going to be biases because...
90s had a bias.
Yeah, but even now there's a bias. We just don't know what it is until 10 years in the future when we're like, remember the 20s?
Yeah, remember when we just all, like, hated pants?
Remember COVID? Remember that? But it's going to take a little bit, you know? And I think it's the same thing with Forrest Gump. It's like it's history, but it's not history.
Yeah, which is exactly what they did to history, in like literal history. Like it's history that we see with the presidents meeting Forrest and all those scenes that were real scenes, but it's not history because Tom Hanks is there.
Oh, yeah, because Tom Hanks is photoshopped in. Yeah, back when that was like an amazing thing to see.
Yes.
Yeah,
and honestly, I could see it.
Yeah.
It made me upset.
Oh, nah. It didn't.
I was like, oh, his mouth looks weird.
You know what? The special effects that bugged me was when he was running with Bubba in his arms and then like the explosions went off and then you just see like his green screen running. Oh. And I was like, ah. But the camera tricks didn't bug me too much.
I think I was just I didn't notice that, but I was so wrapped up in Bubba's scene, like in general. I love Bubba, and I'm so upset that the actor kind of got like this movie hurt his career.
Typecast?
Yeah, well, he got typecast, and people thought that his mouth was really like that.
Oh,
and it's not.
Tucking that up.
Yeah, because he was wearing a prosthetic, and people thought that his look was really that.
Nah,
and it's like, really?
Well, again, 90s.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if Forrest Gump was to be remade today, would even an actor like Tom Hanks be considered? Wouldn't you rather have somebody who's actually, like, representative of what they're trying to show?
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't have Forrest do it.
No,
I mean, they wouldn't have Tom Hanks do it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to have a normal actor imitate, like, that kind of
brain function.
Yeah, you would want to actually hire somebody that was closer to it.
Or someone who can be a good representative, someone who's also give an opportunity to someone who's marginalized in general. I also feel like we might make this Jenny's story too, just because she's so much more interesting.
Did you know it was based off of a book?
Yeah.
I did not. Yeah. I did not know it was based off a book.
Yeah,
but apparently Forrest isn't as clean cut as he is in the movie. He's a lot dirtier in the book.
Oh, and he's supposed to be heavy too.
Yeah, and they moved a lot of the sins that he did to Jenny's character. So they took all of they cleaned Forrest and shoved all that on Jenny,
and then made everyone hate Jenny, which I loved her.
Oh my gosh, rewatching it now as like an adult,
yeah,
I hated Jenny.
I did too. I was like, why is she so mean to Forrest?
Right? Why is she always bashing Forrest? Why is she never letting Forrest like be with her? They're obviously supposed to be together.
But she's such a Robin Wright does such a good job. Like, she is so complex. A character is like. I loved seeing a complicated female.
Oh yeah.
Like, and the fact that she's moving through history and history's changing her.
Yeah.
Like, and Forrest is staying stagnant. Like, and that was that you could say that's indicative of America too, that we stayed stagnant. We're still what we were.
That viewpoint stays stagnant. Yeah. But then we have Forrest Jr. representing like hope for the future and everything.
Cute little Haley Joel Osment looking like extra squishy.
Oh my gosh, when he climbed into that like school bus, and I was like, why is he so tiny?
He's so little.
How can a person be so small and so cute and compact?
Like, honestly, that kid, I swear. Adorable. Like, I wanted to have babies right then. I was like, okay, let's make this. Let's make this.
The ding on your oven?
Yes. So cute. So cute.
Yeah. Ah, man. Forrest Gump.
Yeah. But see that smile on your face though?
It's like, really a feel-good movie.
It's a feel-good movie, but honestly, like, I had a lot of issues with it as an adult.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear the issues.
Like, just in general, the way that they treat Jenny.
Oh, yeah. Jenny is not treated very well.
No. And the fact that Forrest can kind of, like how I was telling you before, where we're kind of, like, the movie's trying to imply that Forrest understands something in order to get the emotional moment from it. But he can't he can't understand certain things because he doesn't understand other things, like the fact that Jenny's getting molested by her dad. Like, I didn't even understand that as a kid.
You didn't?
No.
I got that.
I didn't even understand that. Like, and that's so traumatizing.
It's because of the way the Forrest described it. She had really loving father, always kissing and touching
on her.
Yeah, and then when he said that, I was like, little Sydney.
I knew that sounded wrong, but I didn't know what that meant, know?
Yeah. I can see that.
And then that other when Lieutenant Dan and him after the war, and it's during the New Year's thing where he's like, well, Lieutenant Dan really liked to exercise his arms, but he's talking about lifting the alcohol bottle. Like, that's dumb. Like, that's not. No, like, Forrest has to, it's one or the other. Like, you don't, lifting your arm, that's not a workout. Yeah. Like, come on now.
Well, I think that
I feel like that was poor writing.
I feel that the filter that they were using for Forrest was extremely literal. You know, especially around Lieutenant Dan, because he even says that thing where he's like, "Have you found Jesus?" And he's like, "I wasn't aware we were looking, sir."
I love that though, but that's a sarcasm. I'm assuming from Forrest.
No,
but I know
it's not. I think it's
I find it funny
because
I think it's sarcastic. I have to take it sarcastically, you know.
No, I think it's like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, where he takes everything very literally.
Yeah, but
nothing goes over my head. But I would catch it. Yeah. What do you mean? Nothing goes over my head. I would catch it. That's how I feel Forrest is, or at least if I was Tom Hanks and the director's telling me, like, what do you think Forrest would do in this moment and stuff like that. That's how I would try and portray the character. It's like, I'm just going to take everything literally. There's even like a line that he uses where it's like, because you know the idiom is 2 peas in a pod, but Forrest isn't
peas and carrots.
Yeah, Forrest isn't gonna understand that, but he knows Mama makes his peas with his carrots, so he goes, "Me and Jenny were peas and carrots again,"
which is adorable.
Yeah, because he knows peas is an idiom people use, but the way he understands it is peas and carrots, not 2 peas in a pod. Even though it means almost the exact same thing, it's just been Forresterized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just little things like that though bothered me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, so last time we were talking about Jersey Boys' framing technique for telling a story. And Forrest Gump is kind of like famous for its like framing technique because it's Forrest on
and telling his story.
Telling his story to the random people who sit next to him at the bus stop, right?
Which, honestly, I felt really bad for them.
I felt bad for the first lady because she seemed very uncomfortable with
the black lady?
Yeah, the nurse.
Well, yeah, because there's this random white guy in what the 80s, or I can't even, is this the 90s already? I can't tell. He's in the same outfit from the beginning of the movie.
I think it's to the 80s. I don't think it's straight to the 90s.
Because honestly, if a random white guy just started talking to me, offered me chocolate at the bus stop, it's like, it freaked me out.
Talking to Forrest for more than 30 seconds, you're going to know that there's something up.
Well, they're all in the South. I love Southern food.
Southern food. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I saw that distinction. I saw that. I did.
Nah. Okay.
Nah. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even arguing now. You know what? I'm in this picture. I don't really like it that much. I see. But what did you think of the Forrest Gump framing device? Did you like that type of like delivery for the movie?
Yeah, I mean, but then that also shows that Forrest still has no perspective on what happened.
No, he's just telling things as they are.
Yeah, which was weird to see. I mean, but then again, it's someone who's also who didn't absorb while their life was happening. So it makes sense, but also I kind of wish he did have a little
Forrest
perspective.
Was never going to absorb anything.
Yeah.
I guess unchanging.
I just wished that he could, that there would have been some kind of growth or something.
I think that's part of his character, though, because it's all about that laser focus and like the running. And whenever I needed to go somewhere, I ran. He's not thinking about the future, and it's just it's not like a stubbornness. It's more like a he just can't he can't focus on the big picture.
Yeah.
He can only relay the details. So I think that's exactly what Jenny's letters were all going to have, was just Forrest literally just stating what happened. I did this, I did that. I tried to give Lieutenant Dan some ice cream.
He was mad.
Uh-huh.
I feel like, though, one of my favorite like parts, though, was outside the framing device. Mm-hmm. It was at the end when he's talking to Jenny.
Oh, at her grave?
Yeah, and he's telling her that he's so glad that their baby is smart.
Oh, and not like him.
But I feel like, there's the growth right there, like, from Forrest.
Well, I think that Forrest recognizes that his life is different because his mom like, kind of forced him to overcome adversity. She was never like feel bad because you're like this, or put him down because he's like this. It was always, you can do anything anybody else can do, Forrest. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
You know what? I love that she did that for her son. It makes complete sense because she's a mom who loves her kid. But Forrest would have done better had he had a more focused education for people who know how to deal with kids who are slow. If he had had one-on-one attention at a school that specializes
In the
it.
50s.
But what I'm saying is that right nowadays, if your kid is slow, you don't want to force them into public school. You want to make sure that they get the attention that they need, because everyone learns differently.
I think that if it was today, yes, we now have the resources, but in the 50s.
Yeah. You're thinking most likely they'll just electric shock him until
I think it was more
into oblivion.
I think it's closer. I think at that point, having like a special needs kid would have been more equivalent to just putting them in a playpen to keep them around, like away from other members of society. I don't think that necessarily it was something that was going to be catered to him in his experience.
Yeah, there might not have been as many like people who were dedicated to special education.
Exactly. Or even like, I don't even know what the education system was like at that moment.
True. I need to do more research.
Yeah.
It did strike me that way. Just like how finding out that she named her son after a Ku Klux Klan member who is like, I forget but he's like a famous dude.
He literally like started it.
Yeah, like, and he's someone who's a bad guy, like real bad guy, killed a lot of people. So, didn't like that, and colored her character for me because she's his mom and she loves him, but like if she's an asshole,
well,
like
I think that it's just her environment at that moment. Like also, I like when it comes to all of that stuff, I think it's because Forrest is representational of America, and that's America's original sin, slavery.
Yeah, we're still not dealing with it, right?
Well, I think because honestly, I didn't realize how like tumultuous everything's been in America. We haven't really had civil peace, in like such a long time. Because like watching the protests and everything of like the 60s.
That nothing's changed. Everything, we were just in a big cycle.
Yeah, right? I mean, like...
Because then in the 90s, you get the, like, Rodney King, and then now it's like a cycle of every 20 years.
Yeah, it comes back.
It comes back because nothing happens. We need to fix it.
Yeah, I was more astonished at how many presidential assassinations, like, attempt there was, and, like, successions.
People be cray-cray.
Yeah. I mean, that was ridiculous. It was like almost every single president was almost assassinated or was assassinated. Like,
see, or people storm the Capitol.
Yeah, exactly. Or
crazy people.
Yeah, it's like that. And you're just like, man. I think that what I most appreciated was because when you're younger, you see people rebelling and you think those are people who rebel, and then you see people who conform to society and you think these are people who conform. And rewatching Forrest Gump, you realize that rebelling's just a part of growing up.
Yeah, because
it's part of like addressing the world and realizing that it's not what was promised, and
it's when you figure out that shit wasn't what you were told.
Yeah, that nothing was fixed.
Yeah.
Like we're not really better now.
Yeah.
Same shit, different day.
Same shit, different day. Inflation.
Inflation, yeah. There may be different problems, but they're almost like the exact same problems. Like,
but back to the feel-good movie of Forrest Gump.
Yeah, but that was like something that was crazy. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually heard a podcast where they were talking about Forrest Gump, and they were talking about deleted scenes, like from stuff that that happened in the books that they had filmed, but then took out because it seemed like they said insensitive, and it was.
It was insensitive.
Yeah.
What pray tell.
Apparently, it was a scene where Jenny and Forrest would just like meet up again. They're talking, but Selma is going on behind them, and Martin Luther King gets attacked by dogs. Forrest like saves him because he knows the dogs, because they're hometown dogs. He knows who they are. They know him. And he tells them to go home, and they go home. And then the directors take it out because they're like, it looks like it was insensitive. It's like, fuck it, what? Yeah, that's tone deaf. Like, that soup's tone deaf.
I mean, if it was considered tone deaf in the 90s,
yeah,
that's just pretty.
Like, dude, I just got goosebumps. I'm just telling what happened, and I got goosebumps right now.
That's like tone deaf concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, talk about white saviorism and not even understanding it either.
Yeah, that kind of bugged me. That the whole political movement and everything revolved around Forrest's actions. I mean, even his like shit happens.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. During his veteran speech that no one gets to hear. There's no way Forrest said anything that made the dude cry. Like, there's no way.
I don't think that guy was really listening.
Remember, he's like, man, that was deep. That's real deep, man.
Yeah, but he's the MC, so the MC has
to ham it up.
Yeah, it has to go full Hunger Games. And then they had the really nice like reuniting moment in the water.
Yeah, that honestly, that got me.
Yeah.
When she's running in the thing, but then I'm thinking like, fucking white girl. But I love Jenny. Yeah. But like honestly, with her in her stupid hippie outfit and she's running through the water, it's like, Forrest, Jenny. And I was like, goddamn white girl. Of course you made this about you. God, that's fuck.
Wow.
Yeah,
savage.
But for real, like,
white girl making shit about you.
Said the white girl.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But still, those.
And please keep in mind, all this is coming from two white presenting girls. So we understand this, and we do have white privilege.
My edible is kicking in.
Hashtag white girl on edible.
Don't tell them. It's a secret. Yeah, it was right before it because there was a piece that was a bit small, and I'm like, "Hey, Ma, you think I can still do this on an edible?" And she's like, "Don't know." And I'm like, "When God flips a coin, we'll see how this podcast goes." And it's like just now kicking in.
Nice.
Yeah, right. If like I felt it right when you were saying, "White girl, make this about you," and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh shit, I'm stoned." Okay, sorry. I just need to breathe for like 2 seconds. I bought it on Amazon because they had a 4K version.
You're so silly.
I know. I can't.
We have it.
I don't want to. It's normal DVD quality. I just don't want to watch that on my 4K TV. And I know that there's no way that it's like real 4K because that's what's advertised. It's like
Forrest Gump
can't 4K.
be.
Nah, I mean,
it's just
minimum
up-converted.
Minimum it's up converted. It's no remastering or anything like that, but it was still nice.
All right.
Yeah. So Jaxxon, what do you like?
I know that I've been plugging a lot of other podcasts that are not our podcast. This is not a podcast. This is someone that I like to follow on Instagram. I just heard her on another podcast, Jamil's podcast, I Weigh.
Really?
Yeah, she was a guest, and she's at Trap Yoga Bay. Mm-hmm. She's so funny. Like, and so she has a degree in like psychological positivity.
What?
Yeah, like it's insane. Like she's got a master's. She went to India and studied yoga there. But her affirmations, they're called ratchet affirmations. Like she loves to go just breathe in, breathe out, and you need to calm the fuck down. And I love it. It's so fucking charming.
Yeah.
Like, and she doesn't like put on this pretension for yoga. Like, people hate her in the yoga community because they question her like her credentials, and then they don't like that she's cursing and stuff. Like, in general, you feel like yogis were more chill about shit, but they're not. Like, all the white girls are coming for her. Like,
no, I think that when it comes to expanding your mind and trying to reach that higher state of being when you go down that rabbit hole of like chakras,
and then you go up your own ass.
Yeah, but the thing is that I prefer it when somebody doesn't take it too seriously.
And that's exactly like how she does it.
Yeah,
where she's
you should
like,
pick and choose what's good from it, because not everything is going to be 100% for you.
yeah,
But choose what you like and what works for you, and you can create your own thing.
yeah.
Like I 100% appreciate that.
And then like when she does yoga classes and stuff, she introduces it like, hey, like come down and get like sit your ass in the circle, like, and that's all we're gonna do, like, pretty much. And she's like, no one's gonna be looking at you, like everyone's gonna be looking at me because this is a show about me, because I'm gonna be dancing up here shaking my ass, nobody's paying attention to you, like, so you don't have to feel self-conscious about like not knowing what you're doing or not being familiar with yoga poses. But until you get into the class and follow along and breathe and just kind of like be able to chill, to chill, and then you realize you're actually stretching and doing yoga and calming your mind. Like, I love her approach to that, and she had such like a hard road in general to then like figure out how she was going to like find her own mental health. So, hashtag self-care is for everyone.
Nice.
So follow at Trap Yoga Bay.
Trap Yoga Bay.
Yeah, and she's hilarious. She's great. Also follow Jamila Jamil, 'cause she's amazing. And like, just
Good place.
I love
Tahani.
She's one of my idols. So
She's awesome.
And I love I Weigh. I love that whole community. Yeah. Like, it's great, and she's great.
Nice.
So Squid, what's your likey?
Okay, so Mario just came out with Super 3D World, right? And Bowser's Fury for the Switch. I'm doing a video game. That's right. So I bought it because Super Mario 3D World was released originally on like the Wii U, and because it was on the Wii U, absolutely nobody played it, right? But it's literally considered one of the best 3D Mario games ever. So it's been ported to the Switch with like this new game. So now you can actually play it, and they fixed some of the bugs and stuff. But this game comes with a secondary game called Bowser's Fury, and it's like, because in Super Mario 3D World, it's like the Cat Mario. Have you seen any of the Cat Mario stuff? You don't know anything about video games? Okay, well, for those of you that do know, it's like the Cat Mario power-up that you get came from 3D World. So Bowser's Fury is like a whole island that's like open world, and it's all cat-themed. Even the seagulls have cat ears. It's adorable. And they're like, I am so bad at video games because I'm so behind. Like, everybody's had so much more training than I have, in my language, like my Mario vocabulary isn't very good. So when I'm in a level, it takes me a while to figure out what it wants from me. And I can't, if I know I'm supposed to jump on something, I'll jump over it 50 times before I land on it. I'm not good at video games, and I'm sitting there like rage quitting, going, a child could do this, and I can't.
Because the childs have grown up with a Switch in their hands.
Right? But I'm surprised at how fun puzzle solving is. It's honestly like, yeah, I rage quit, but then I put the Switch away. I play Animal Crossing for 30 minutes, and then I go right back to it, So I've been having a blast, and I bought the game, and that's what I've been playing. So yeah, that's fun.
I love anything that has cat ears.
Oh yeah, everything has cat ears. Like, everything in the world has cat ears. Like, the bushes have cat ears.
That's amazing.
Yeah, everything. Oh, so good.
Me Likey cat ears.
Oh yeah. Cat ears on seagulls.
That's funny.
So funny.
And also a little weird.
So funny though. So funny. Because you collect cat shines, and then you get your Super Mario power up. It's awesome. Like, honestly, if anybody like wants to start to get into Mario, I think this is a great like get in. Especially like standard platforming games. I mean, I'm not that good at it, but I will be. My vocabulary will get better with time. So
she's working on her vocab.
Yep. Getting my gamer my gamer stamp in the Mario section. Have you played Zelda? Just played Zelda recently. Ka-tung. Persona, played it recently. Ka-tung. And then it's like Mario, played it recently. Ka-tung.
Heard about these things? Ka-tung.
Well, here, I'll give you my cutouts over here, so you can hold on to those.
Cool. I'm gonna put them in my pocket.
There you go. Don't worry, I know about games. So if you ever want to get into games, I can safely introduce you to something that you'll eventually get into. But you like The Sims, and we would play like Mario Kart and Tekken.
Yeah, but that's it.
Cool Borders.
I did like Cool Borders.
Yeah, that's right.
We never went past the demo.
No.
So
No,
it was
I
one
think-
level.
Oh, please. You know how many people got those PlayStation CD like things and just that was their video games where they never bought real ones. You just played the demo the entire time.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I mean that's how you got new games was from the PlayStation magazine. Yeah, so that counts.
Remember there was that one helicopter game where it was super hard. Like
I think that was from like Nintendo 64. That was like Skyfox or something.
Skyfox.
Was
that
that
hard.
Skyfox?
That was hard. Whatever game that was,
yeah, it
was
was like
hard.
where we had to like
We had to land.
yeah, and then there's like a hang gliding one. Probably wasn't Skyfox. I'll look it up and I'll find it.
It's fine.
It's on the screen now. This is the game. This is it. This is the one right here. It's on the screen, guys, right here. Cool. So thank you for listening to another You Don't Make Friends with Giant Squids podcast. I'm Squid.
And I'm Jaxxon.
I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Squid. Congratulations on reaching the end of the video. I just wanted to thank our patrons for supporting us this month. If you want to become a patron or if you want to find out more information about future updates or past projects, please follow the links below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later!